ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome back again. Today we are going to look at, we are still on the domain of functions. So today we are going to look at more complex questions on square root functions. And in the sixth case. In the seventh case, we look at the quadratic form of square root functions. And then after that, we are through with the three parts. And then we now look at when we have both fractions and square root. Then we'll look at how to find the domain of trig function, and then how to find the domain of exponential and natural log function. So now let's look at the questions on the board. We are asked to find the domain of the following functions. Now let's think about the solution. Question number 1, or A, says f of x is equal to square root of x squared minus 9. Square root of x squared minus 9. So that, remember, our business in square root is that what? The function, this square root, what is inside the square root must be greater than or equal to 0. So you say x squared minus 9 must be greater than or equal to 0. So that we can say x squared must be greater than or equal to what? 9. Now you take the square root of both sides. Remember, introduce plus or minus. Remember to introduce plus or minus. So that this will go with this. So we have x must be greater than or equal to plus or minus 3. Now, the domain of this one is not written the way you write the other domain. So the simple case is, if as far as this place is greater than, when they say greater than or equal to plus or minus 3, then you are going to say your domain is equal to minus infinity to negative of the number minus 3. Union positive of the number, which is 3, to what? Infinity. Okay? Just take the function that you have just saying minus infinity to negative of the number, union positive of the number to infinity. This is Malian sweep. But if you want to follow through you can use sign test. We know what we call, there's what we call sign test. So put minus infinity here. What are the two numbers? Minus 3 and plus 3. So put minus 3 here, put plus 3 here, and put infinity here. So the next thing is you are going to test. Now let's see. Choose any number less than minus 3. Let's say minus 4. So now put it here. Minus 4 square is what? 16. 16 minus 9, is it positive or negative? It's positive. Therefore, this place passed the test. Now come to this side. Choose number between minus 3 and 3. You can decide to choose minus 2. You can decide to choose minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Let me choose the highest number there, 2. 2 square is what? 4. 4 minus 9. 4 minus 9, that will give you minus 5. So it's negative. So it fails. Now come to 3. 3 to infinity. Choose any number after 3. Let's take 5. 5 square is 25. 25 minus 9. 25 minus 9. That's 16. So that's positive. So that place is also positive. Therefore, it passes the sign test. Any side that is negative fails the sign test. Any side that is positive passes the sign test. So that shows that from minus infinity to minus 3 pass the sign test, and from 3 to infinity also pass the sign test. But from minus 3 to 3 fail the sign test. So we can say that the domain is from minus infinity to what? Minus 3 union 3 to infinity. So that's how we say minus infinity to minus 3 union 3 to infinity. But in a basic form, as far as this place is negative, is greater than, just know it's going to be from minus infinity to negative of the number, union positive of the number to infinity. But this is how you test it using sign test to check your answer. Okay? Now, let's look at the second example, which is B. B says f of x is equal to square root of x squared minus 5. So that we can say x squared minus 5 must be greater than or equal to 0. That means x squared must be greater than or equal to what? 5. Now we take the root of both sides and introduce plus or minus. Now this go with this. So your x must be greater than or equal to plus or minus root 5. So at this point, we are now going to say our domain is equal to negative minus infinity to negative of the number. What's the negative of the number? Minus root 5. So minus root 5 inclusive. Union inclusive what? Union inclusive root 5 to infinity. This is how you find the domain. Now, lastly we have C. C says f of x is equal to square root of x squared plus 4. F of x is equal to square root of x squared plus 4. So now what's our business? What is inside the square root? So we say x squared plus 4 must be greater than or equal to what? 0. So that now we can say x squared must be greater than or equal to what? Minus 4. Now can we take the square root of a negative number? It's not possible. Since we cannot take the square root of a negative number, remember our rule. We just leave it like that and say our domain is equal to all real numbers. So your domain is equal to what? All real numbers. Or you can say your domain is equal to minus infinity to infinity. So we are going to stop here at this juncture. In the next class, we are going to look at how to, still on square root function, we are going to look at how to find the domain of functions like 1 minus x squared, functions like x squared plus 3x plus 2, all in square root. We are going to look at this in our next class. Thank you all for your time and listening.